This is Dan Dix here reporting for Press for Truth with breaking news today. For those of us who have been exposing elite sexual predator pedophiles for years now, today is a good day because a man who has very much been at the tip of the spear of this child sex trafficking operation, Jeffrey Epstein, has just been arrested. So in this video, we're going to cover the latest news, including the fact that he has just pled not guilty to the charges. We're also going to take a look at this Bloomberg article, Epstein faces prison for sex trafficking, U.S. seeks mansion. But just before we do that, I want to remind you that this channel is supported 100% by you, the viewers, now especially that we've been completely demonetized by YouTube for allegedly producing hateful content. So I want to encourage you to check us out at subscribestar.com/pressfortruth. Here's where you can sign up for a monthly amount. It's kind of like a Patreon, but this is a Patreon alternative because Patreon's been known to censor people as well. So please check the links located somewhere here on the screen or in the links below to find out how you can support our efforts here at Press for Truth to bring you this information. Now, let's jump right into it. This is the indictment. It has just been released. We're not going to read the whole thing. I'll put a link to this in the description below so you can check it out for yourself. We will have links to it there so you can look at it. But let's take a look at the latest. This just out from CNBC. Jeffrey Epstein is being kept in jail until at least Thursday, and he pleads not guilty in child sex trafficking case. Wealthy financier Jeffrey Epstein was held without bail Monday, pending a detention hearing later this week as he pleaded not guilty to charges of sex trafficking dozens of underage girls more than a decade ago. Epstein, who is 66, entered his plea in Manhattan federal court where he was clad in a blue jumpsuit and a brown undershirt. He will be detained in jail until at least Thursday's detention hearing, at which point his lawyers plan to recommend a bail package to a judge. Epstein, who has been friends with President Donald Trump and ex-President Bill Clinton, was arrested Saturday after flying on a private plane from France to a New York area airport. And it's important to point out that a lot of these articles have been name-dropping Donald Trump in there, and I think this is irresponsible to do so. For example, we see this particular Bloomberg article saying Epstein arrest is a worry for Donald Trump. Of course, we do know Trump has said things like this here. I've known Jeff for 15 years. Terrific guy. He's a lot of fun to be with. It's even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side. No doubt about it. Jeffrey enjoys his social life. So yes, there are indeed ties with Donald Trump to Jeffrey Epstein, but I read the indictment. Donald Trump's name does not come up whatsoever in any of this. He is just simply not a part of the case, not according to the FBI anyways. So I think it's kind of irresponsible for some of these media outlets to be lumping Trump's name in with this. But at any rate, Bloomberg goes on here to say, fund manager Jeffrey Epstein used his wealth and power to sexually abuse dozens of young girls for years at one of his biggest mansions in Manhattan, paying them hundreds of dollars in cash for each encounter and hundreds more if they brought in more victims. Now, federal prosecutors are charging him with sex trafficking and conspiracy. They're seeking to send him to prison for years and seize that Manhattan home. The indictment, unsealed on Monday against the well-connected financier, came days after his arrest upon returning from overseas and just hours after federal agents used a crowbar to enter the townhouse. The charges, which include sex acts with girls as young as 14, carry a minimum of 10 years in prison if he's convicted. Notice the big if. He is expected to make an appearance later on Monday, and prosecutors will ask that he remain jailed until trial. Epstein created an ever-expanding web of new victims, U.S. Attorney Jeffrey Berman said at a news conference in New York, where he urged other victims to come forward. The alleged behavior shocked the conscience, so this isn't over. Epstein is a jet setter, famous for ferrying around prominent figures, including Donald Trump, there's the name dropping again, and Bill Clinton, to his Palm Beach, Florida compound on a private jet that was later nicknamed the Lolita Express by the tabloids. And of course, that's because of that old film from, I think it was Stanley Kubrick in the late 60s, called Lolita, about an older gentleman here who had an inappropriate relationship with an underage girl. And everybody has named Jeffrey Epstein's plane that after that movie. So this whole concept goes back pretty far. And they link to the indictment here. Again, I will put a link to that as well in the description below. But it goes on to say, a prosecutor said the sex acts occurred in Epstein's home in Palm Beach and Manhattan. Epstein asked at least 2 girls what their ages were, and they both replied truthfully that they were underage, according to the indictment. The Justice Department is attempting to seize Epstein's Manhattan residence through forfeiture proceedings on the grounds that his spacious town home at 9 East 21st Street was used for the sex trafficking. So again, chalk one up for the good guys today, folks. This is really good news when guys like this are going down. This is allegedly some of the other people involved in his ring. This is unconfirmed at this point, but a lot of this information, more information is going to be coming out now that this is just being released today. I believe there's another press conference coming up very soon in the next few hours. So we'll continue to report on that. But it is important to give credit where credit is due. And I have noticed that no one in the mainstream is mentioning the fact that the original lawsuit was filed by Mike Cernovich. He put out this article recently. Fake news media is trying to write Mike Cernovich out of the Epstein story that he broke. Verified Twitter is ablaze at news of Jeff Epstein's arrest for sex trafficking, and they are dishonestly trying to pretend that Mike Cernovich didn't file the original lawsuit, leading to the scrutiny regarding Epstein. So it is important to note, we should give credit where credit is due. He chimes in here and he says himself, Julie Brown of the Miami Herald will win a Pulitzer Prize for her work on the Jeff Epstein story. She began her deep and important work in 2018. She did 10 times as much reporting as I did, and I wish her nothing but accolades. But anyone claiming that I wasn't the first one to file at considerable personal and financial risk to myself is simply lying. A lot of people say, why do you care who gets the credit? Well, those people are called losers who never put their own skin in the game. In the real world, issues like these matter, as this stuff isn't free or inexpensive, and going after billionaire pedophiles is the kind of stuff that gets you hurt or even worse. And I know this all too well myself. In fact, the day that I was demonetized from Google, I had this video removed from YouTube right here. Pedosexuals exposed. Warning, children are being sexualized at an extremely young age. They went ahead and removed that video from YouTube on the same day that I was demonetized. So I'm going after pedosexuals, these types of individuals, and that's the content that gets removed as so-called hateful content or harmful content to protected characteristics, as they told me. It's just ridiculous, guys. So that's what we're dealing with here on YouTube. So again, please share this video. Let people know that Jeffrey Epstein has been arrested. The indictment is out. Charges will be laid, and a lot of high, prominent, powerful individuals may be involved in this. So we're going to continue to track this one, guys. So hopefully, unless they decide to pull the video like they did with this one, Pedosexuals Exposed. That is, of course, still available on BitChute, which is why I upload everything there as well. And I want to remind you guys that in the wake of the YouTube demonetization, I did set up this campaign, PFT demonetized. If I had $1 for every subscriber, we could make the MSM obsolete. So please check the links on the screen or in the description below to find out how you can contribute to the cause here to keep PFT alive here on YouTube, because I'm going after these same people, the pedophiles, the pedosexuals, the so-called transgender activists who are openly abusing children. This is what we have to continue to stop, and that's why it's a good day today when you see Jeffrey Epstein being arrested. Again, chalk one up for the good guys today, my friends. Please click the thumbs up button, share this video if you found the information to be useful, and stay tuned, my friends. We're going to have more video reports coming soon. This is Dan Dix reporting for Press for Truth. We all want truth. The truth will set you free.